What's going on, YouTube? It's your girl, the intellectual originator, aka Red, coming at you. I want to drop you a few lines about something I came across today on Facebook. And yes, I know Facebook is not a website that you should take literally or take offense to, but this post scratched a nerve for me, and I wanted to bring it to you guys. Um, Basically, the post stated, "Why do all lesbian women say that the reason why they become gay is because of a bad relationship with a man?" Yes, I did take that pause because I wanted you to take that in. The first thing that came to my mind was, how dare you? How dare you generalize an entire community based on something that you yourself are going through or something that somebody said? And my whole thing is, opinions are not facts. Opinions are there for your own enjoyment and for you to convey yourself to the world, but they are not facts. My whole thing is, if you are going to state something so ignorant, please at least be knowledgeable enough to back it up with what it is you're saying. And my whole thing is, how can a heterosexual ever tell a group of people why they are the way they are if you yourself do have no idea to why it is? Now, as I read the post, I began to get more and more upset because as I read the comments as well, it was just a group of ducks in line waiting to be praised for agreeing. And I'm like, here we have a group of heterosexuals making statements, comments, and acting as if there's any intelligence behind what they're saying on a sexuality they themselves have no idea about. My thing is, I'm a very controversial person, and I have no problem with other people being the same way, but I'm not in a negative way. I'm the type of person that is not going to fall in line, that is not going to conform to agree with everybody in the world just because one person says it, because I have a hunger and thirst for knowledge. Now, I'm not the brightest bulb in the bunch. I will be quick to admit that. But in the same token, if I'm going to agree with something or even disagree, I'm going to have facts to back it up for what it is I'm saying. I'm not going to sit there and just say, "Well, I don't agree," just because I don't agree, or I agree because okay, it sounded good what you were saying. No. And my thing is, this person had absolutely nothing intelligent to say with the questions that I was asking or the statements that I was making towards them. So they decided to be an ass and was just like, "Oh, it's important to me, it matters to me," because one of the main questions I asked was, why would anybody else's sexuality matter to you unless it's being forced upon you? Or unless it has to do with, a child or something that belongs to you, whatever the case may be. I can understand why that would be of importance, but even then, you figure you would ask questions. You would say, can a lesbian woman answer this question for me? Is this true? Because to me, there are many different reasons for why somebody is the way they are, especially when it comes to being in the LGBT community. There are people who believe that they were born this way. There are people who believe that they made the choice. And there are people who actually do, in fact, believe that the reason why they become gay or lesbian is because of a heterosexual relationship that went sour, which to me is very asinine, because it's just like you can have bad relationship with any gender. And I mean, then again, that's my opinion. I don't want to force it down anybody's throat and make anybody believe that, but that's what I believe. And my whole thing is, if you're not going to sit there and ask questions and try to get the knowledge that you need to actually answer those questions, don't come onto a Facebook site where people, millions and millions of LGBT people are there, and expect nobody to respond. And then get defensive when the questions are being asked. So as if I was wrong for trying to figure out why that person said what they said. Like I said, you're entitled to your opinion, and that's fine by me, because so am I. So of course I made it a counter post and asked, well, not asked, basically said, I'm tired of people believing that their opinions are facts, because they're not. And it's just like, people, you know what? If you're gonna go through this world just making general statements or trying to be, an asshole, to have the facts to back it up. Be knowledgeable. Educate yourself. Have that intelligence so that way when somebody challenges you, you can shut them down. Because there's nothing more dangerous in the world than people with education, people who know what it is they're talking about. It's just like I said, it was just ridiculous. And to see how many people were falling in line with what that person was saying was just sickening to my eyes. And like I said, I believe that person was a friend at first, and at this point, they're a chauvinistic asshole. And that's fine by me. You're fine in your world. You're going to do what you do. But like I said, if you're a friend of mine and if you know me, you already know that coming across as somebody who's just so idiotic with nothing intelligent to say or anything to back it up with what it is you're stating, I'm going to challenge you. So, with that being said, that's all. Say, all right.